Okay, great morning. Excuse me. Start of another week. There come the butterflies. Oh, mercy. I love the butterflies, okay? They come and visit every morning. I start talking and here comes butterflies by the window. Anyway. So what do we have this morning? This morning is something I think that everybody has heard a number of times, but this is the cards that are coming out, so that's what I'm going to talk on again. It's about dreams coming true. Okay, what is your dream? What is it that you want to see happen? No matter what your dream is, whether it's reaching realization, completing your spiritual path, whether it's to start a successful business, okay, whether it's to be a public speaker, it doesn't matter what your dream is. No matter what your dream is, you're going to have to open up, okay? Open up. You can't stay closed and fearful if you are going to start to awaken to your dream. Okay? And if you're not sure what your dream is, what it is you want to do, seek some solitude. Find a quiet place and just really search your heart. What is it that you love? What is it that moves you? Okay? What is it that brings you peace or that just is, so wonderful to your spirit? So find out what it is that brings you harmony, that brings you a sense of peace, a sense of connection, whether it's painting, whether it's singing, okay, whether it's working with numbers. Now, when I was in India, living in India, I met a maths professor. That's something that I am not connected to at all. I'm sorry, numbers are not my friends, okay? But this person was a math. He thought in equations, something I can't understand again at all, but all his thinking was in equations, math equations. He wrote a paper that 15 people in the world would understand. That's how DeWitt. So the way I met him was I was talking one day and I said, God is not the one, God is the zero. And he perked up at that. He understood that. He understood what I was saying when I was saying God is the zero. God cannot be the one. God is zero. And we had a nice discussion. But again, not everything moves everybody in the same way. I can't understand somebody that can think in equations. So anyway, but no matter what it is that you want to do in life that brings you harmony, okay, that brings you a sense of, a sense of solitude, a sense of peace, a sense of connectedness, that helps you to open up to the universe so that you can manifest your dreams, okay? No matter what it is, there is one thing, and this is the word people hate to hear, that it takes along the way, and that is sacrifice. Okay. We always have to sacrifice something to get something else. Okay? There's always sacrifice involved. If you are on a spiritual path, sacrifice is surrender. Not my will, but thy will be done, O Lord. You have to surrender. You have to sacrifice. If you want to get to realization, you have to sacrifice that individualized identity, that me-ism, that is so uber important to most people in the world. Most people don't want to get, they say they want realization, they want moksha, they want liberation. But when it becomes apparent that to get to that place, one actually goes through the death experience, and you leave that so very important persona behind. You know, in the Bible it says no one sees the face of the Father and lives. That's true in one sense. While you find out that it's eternal, everything you thought you were and you thought the universe was is changed in a split second. It's a very odd thing to find. I don't exist. I've never existed. The only thing that truly exists is that great is, the divine is, God, that essence, that, okay? And so all of your baggage is stripped bare at that point. One comes out the other side, and at that point, really the language changes for a number of years. It's impossible when coming out of realization to say I. There is no I, there is no me. You have to relearn how to say it. And it's not that you're trying to be heightened in your speech or something. It's not that. It's just not relevant anymore. It's not part of one's reality. You know, first coming out of realization is this one or the one that, you know, there is no I, no me that has ceased. There's no driving mind. That ends. Psst, quiet. Okay. So one's whole existence in 1 second is changed, and yet nothing has changed. The world is the same world, but your whole consciousness has gone through a radical cleansing. Okay? Radical cleansing. Okay? And it takes the ultimate sacrifice to get to realization. Okay? That's why, you know, Christ talked about when he went through the, he said, you know, go ahead and do the baptism. I have to do what, you know, what's meet, what's important. You have to be born of the water, a physical birth, and the spirit, okay, the spiritual birth. And when you go into the water, that is showing that death that one goes through to awaken into spirit, okay? So when he is showing these things, this path, Christ was a way shower. He really showed the path to realization. And if anybody thinks the path is easy, look what he went through. That's what you go through. The temptations, you know, the sacrifices, the laying down and sacrificing. Okay, like he said on the cross, Father, Father, why have you forsaken me? Why am I here alone? And that's what happens when you get to that last point before realization. You feel like it's terrifying. You don't know if you're going to cease to exist entirely or if you are going to be possessed. You don't know, but you know you have to, at that point, give up your life. Into your hands I commend my spirit. Okay? You have to totally let go. You cannot hold anything back. Okay? Terrifying. Terrifying. But then, in a split second, there is no you, no world, no everything you thought. You're not seeing anything with your eyes any longer, the physical eyes. You're not seeing God. It's not like, I'm going to go in the presence of God and see him. No, it's not like that. God is that spirit, that consciousness, that that life of all life and the death of all death. He wakens one to that eternal, divine is. And in that second, everything is understood. Everything is, it's known, just known how these things come in and how all of this happens. Okay? But in the moment just before, like I said, it's terrifying. And you have to surrender and sacrifice that me, that story that you've had, that you've drug around from body to body for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. Okay? And it's, nothing is lost, really. In the end, nothing is lost. What's lost is the illusions. Okay? The mind spin is lost. It's at an end. Okay? But again, it takes sacrifice. It takes that sacrifice. You watch these ones, like I was talking the other day about the evangelicals. They're not following the path of Christ. I mean, Christ said, told them, come follow me. Follow me. Not, seek money, seek the pleasures of the world. Okay. When did Christ say, seek the pleasures of the world? And he said also, those that are first will be last, and those that are last will be first. Think about the admonitions that were given. Think about really what was done in his life. Okay? If you are on a serious spiritual path and want to have an awakening, you follow the path of Christ. Again, the temptations, you feel like you go through the dark night of the soul, the scourging, you feel the pain of the world. Let me tell you, feeling the pain of the world, you can't breathe, you can't imagine what it is to feel that pain. So so many people want to join the spiritual path because I want to get a handle on my life. I just want to be able to do my life better. I want to have more control. I want to, they want to dabble. When they find out what sacrifice it takes to get to the end point, they bail. They want more of the powers. Most people, again, are looking for powers. I want control. I don't want to lose the identity of who and what I am, or who and what they think they are, even though they rail against it so often. Okay? So know that it is, no matter what your dream is, whether it's to go the whole of the way of a spiritual path to liberation, or whether it's just to learn something in the nominal world and bring it forward, no matter what it is, it takes opening up, it takes sacrifice, okay? It takes finding some harmony within yourself, going with the flow, okay, in order to bring these things forward. So I'm going to leave this here this morning. Kind of went off on a number of directions today. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's it doesn't matter when you're on the mystic's path, whether it's through Hinduism, whether it's through Christianity. It's a solitary journey. Whether you're in a monastery setting and you're in prayer all day, or you're in the world, but it says be in the world but not of it. Be in the world but not of it. Okay? So you can do your journey to realization, to moksha, to liberation, while being in the world, but again, not of it. It doesn't mean you have to chase the things of the world to be enmeshed in that, okay? So I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for tuning in. To the new subscribers, wonderful to have you here. To those that are still hanging around, always great to have you here as well. If you enjoy this channel, please don't forget to do a thumbs up. I do read all the comments. I may not get time to comment on them because there are so many. But again, if there is a reading you want to see done, a topic you want to see, please put it in the comments so I know, because I run out of ideas. So again, I need your help in that to come up with things to read about. Okay. I did speak with Jen Lynn last evening, and we're going to get together to do something on a Sunday. Okay. Because she's very busy reader. You know, most of the readers are doing readings all week. They've got a lot of people. I don't do a lot of readings. I have some people come to me once in a while to do readings, okay? I'm not as prolific in that as some other people are with being booked up for readings. But I do the private readings. If you're interested in it, you can always contact me and set up for a reading, okay? I read on subjects, give guidance, you know. I don't read on when am I going to get my next boyfriend. You know, I don't do timelines and that type of thing. Don't ask me when you're going to get realized, you know. When am I going to get realized, okay? But I do read on subjects, you know, to give you a little more clarity as to things to look for when you're making your choices to go forward in your life. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. Have a great day. See you online. I hope you've enjoyed the things. The other day I put out a video with a number. There's a little list of different songs that I've done. You'll see. I used to have my head shaved, so you'll see a number of different hairdos, and then you'll see some of them I'm playing ukulele. I used to belong to this thing. They'd have these challenges, like every week or so they'd come up with a different challenge, you know, as to what you were going to play. You have list of things you get to choose from. So you'll see some of that on there as well. Isn't that right? What do you have to say for yourself this morning, Mr. Max? Oh, you just loving, just loving. He says, I'm just here and want the loving, Mama. He said, now you're almost done talking and I can come up and get the loving. That's what I want. I just want the loving. Anyway, yes, I know. Yes. I'm going to take care of this needy one over here, and I'll see you online. Have a great morning. Have a great week. Aho.